a real honour for me to be here today. I'm actually a microbiologist. I don't usually include pictures of myself in presentations, but just in case anybody thinks that the private sector spend their time in telephone conferences and writing business cases all the time, we do actually get out in the field a fair bit. So it's been an honour to hear your presentations this morning, because it's an area that's very close to my heart. Many of you will have heard last year my line manager, Annalena Mendez, presented in a recent conference here. So I just want to give a very brief recap about Unilever and our sustainability goals. So we have 3 big goals that we want to achieve by 2020. We want to help more than 1 billion people improve their health and well-being. We want to halve our environmental footprint of our products, and we want to source 100% of agricultural raw materials sustainably and enhance the livelihoods of thousands of people. We, of course, need to satisfy our stakeholders and shareholders and make a profit as well. So we want to do all of this in a manner which is good for the environment, for people, but also for our brands. We've got, every day we serve around 2 billion people in 190 countries, and these are just some of the brands that you may be familiar with. And many of those have a role in relation to WASH. So with our hand washing programs, we're looking to reach 1 billion people by 2020. We've got one of the world's biggest hand washing programs. Through our Pure It brand, we want to deliver 150 billion litres of safe water by 2020. And for sanitation, through our Domestos brand, we want to reach 25 million, provide clean, safe toilets for 25 million people by 2020. So quite stretching goals in relation to WASH. And because we've got multiple brands in the WASH sector, we can offer full WASH interventions, so looking at water sanitation and hygiene. So I just wanted to take you through a little bit of the journey that we went on in starting the journey with WASH. And for me, as a microbiologist, when I started the work on sanitation, even though I'd worked for 2 decades in infectious disease, I still found it incredibly shocking that, the fact that hit me the hardest was that around 40% of kids of school-attending age were infected with parasites, which was completely preventable. And I felt a huge responsibility because, in the private sector, we have access to smart folk who can do business cases, marketing, communications. We reach out to people around the world. And we felt that, we really could and that we must have a role to play. And so one of the very first steps that we took was to try to simplify some of the information that was out there. So, sanitation in particular is disgusting. It's a very difficult topic to talk about. But, we sell toilet cleaners. So we had a bit of experience in how to talk to people about germs and toilets. And we felt that we could have a role. So one of the very first things we did was working together with the London School of Hygiene. We wrote this report called Toilets for Health, which summarised some of the health impacts from sanitation and broader WASH intervention. It was then in 2012 I was at a conference with, and I was listening to Therese Dooley from UNICEF, who I'm sure many of you know, and she was, sort of saying, she was talking about stunting and the impact of the lack of WASH on stunting and child health. And she said, you know what, we're not going to meet the Millennium Development Goal, but that really shouldn't stop us from trying. And it was there that we decided that there really needed to be an urgency about this problem. So we created the campaign called We Can't Wait, which is all about an urgency to address the problem, to raise awareness. And this has now been adopted by UN Water and is the name for World Toilet Day. So we continue to support World Toilet Day and raise awareness. But we felt that, it needs to go beyond that. It's not just about raising awareness, behaviour change. We needed to have supply programs as well. So one other thing that we decided to do, we went out and we go visit the people to whom we sell our products. And I went to visit one lady, And she showed me her lovely clean toilet. She knew about the risks of open defecation. She knew about washing her hands. She had a hand washing station. She had, a place to brush her teeth, and everything seemed very sweet. And then I looked outside her window, and I don't know if you can see very clearly here, but this is an open gutter just outside her window, and the chickens are eating the fresh poop basically outside of the window. So we want to make sure that, as well as providing the sanitation solutions, we need to make sure that we're measuring the right things. And there was a distinct lack of success criteria in the area of sanitation, so we've done some work towards that as well, again with the London School of Hygiene. But to really make a difference, we wanted to step up our supply programs. So we've partnered with some big programs with UNICEF, and they're active, I think, now in 18 countries across the world. We set up the Nurses Toilet Academies, which is a market-based solution where we teach people how to set up a sanitation business, and they make a small profit also selling products ongoing, and they stay there and make sure that the toilets are functioning and continue to sell some of our products moving forward. And we've also got schools programs in South Africa, Southeast Asia, and India. To step change this even further, we set up the Toilet Board Coalition, which was just mentioned earlier on. This is a private sector-led coalition with people from the private sector who have a vested interest in sanitation. So folk like ourselves, Kimberly-Clark, who sell toilet paper, Lixil, who own American Standards and the biggest supplier of toilets in the world, Firmenich, who provide fragrance solutions, because most toilets need a fragrance solution. So, and on the Partnership Council, there are multiple partners where we're looking to step change, transformative change through working together in collaboration. To our hand washing program, I guess a lot of you know about this. We are teaching, we have the world's biggest hand washing program, and we want to reach a billion people, as I mentioned earlier. This is active in more than 20 countries across the world, and we're teaching children to wash hands at key times of the day. Now on to water. Now we've got multiple programs in relation to water across Unilever, both in terms of water quality. So I mentioned our Pureit brand earlier on, water filtration product, but also in terms of water availability. Now for us, this is a real barrier to entry. So if people don't have water to wash their plates or to wash themselves or to wash their dishes or their laundry, then it's a real barrier to entry for us to be able to have a profitable business. So we're working on technology and innovation, such as products like Comfort One Rinse, but we're also working on education programs, not just in D&E markets, but also in developed markets, together, for example, with UNESCO World Water Association program, World Water Assessment Program, where we're teaching people how they can save water. For example, just simply turning the tap off when you brush your teeth can save 4 litres of water in the time when you're brushing your teeth. So we've got education programs in terms of responsible water management, but also because there are 200 million hours lost every single day for women in collecting water. We've been helping through our Sunlight dishwash brand, we've been helping those women save that time in water collection by working together with organisations like Oxfam to create the water centres, which we've launched in Nigeria. We've also got programs in India where the issue there is that water is available, but it's not available all of the time. And women spend a lot of time wasted just hanging around, waiting to know when the water is going to arrive at the tap. So there's a program we have called Next Drop, which advises women when the water is going to arrive, so they don't have to waste that time. This is just a little picture to show that at the water centres, how that the women are also making a profitable business by selling our products. So it's good for us, but it's good for the community. And in fact, you know, 2 of the fastest growing brands within Unilever are within the wash sector. So Domestos and Lifebuoy are actually, you know, the fastest growing brands. So we can show that it is good for business and it is good for the people that we serve. Just a word about the power of employees. So we've got 700 workplaces, laboratories, factories across the world, and employees are fabulous ambassadors for helping to amplify the programs in the areas where we operate. And of course, we want to ensure that in our own workplaces, everybody has adequate wash facilities. So we've signed the World Business Council Sustainable Development Pledge for WASH, and we're making sure that that happens too, and that we share best practice. Lastly, I just wanted to say, I don't want to brag, but the week before last, we won the Dow Jones Sustainability Index Award for the 2nd year running for sustainability. And, you know, a big thank you to all of our partners for helping us on the journey to do this. We definitely couldn't have done it alone. And we truly believe in partnerships and for good. This is just a few of them, and I know that a few of you will be here in the audience, so I just wanted to say thank you. Lastly, just to close, I've got a very short video. Within the new framework for the SDGs, there's a lot of talk about how the SDGs interlink. One of the things that we know happens is there's a massive impact on women's empowerment through WASH. And I've just got a very quick video. And while that's uploading, I just wanted to say we've brought some USB keys with the presentations in the sort of spirit of not having any paper and sustainability, but people have been mistaking them for bars of soap. So please help yourself if you'd like. They're just on the side. Thank you. Thank you. Can you turn the volume up?